Things are a little bit different this season. You guys are now being tipped off by friends and family. Kind of changes it up.
Yeah.
How was the season different because of that?
I mean, it changes up the dynamic a little bit because now we're coming into the situation basically having to ask the hopeful, so the person who's looking for whoever this person is that they're talking online with, kind of if they want us to be involved or not.
Right.
Whereas
I think it's fun though because you get, in addition to the story that is at the core of every episode, you also have this fun relationship between the person who's getting catfished and their friend or their brother or their sister.
Right.
And there's this, we all can relate because we all have best friends or siblings that we tease or that we, what do you like when you mess with someone, like you roast?
You roast.
Yeah, you roast
right.
them.
So there's like a whole fun
What's it called?
roasting dynamic too.
Yeah.
That's been a lot
Yeah.
different.
it makes it more human.
Totally. So we see some crazy stories every season on Catfish. What do you guys think was the craziest one that you dealt with this season? Is there one that sticks out?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the first episode of the season was about a catfish whose name is Ashley.
Oh, that I saw that episode. I mean, what the heck?
Well, I think she might be she's a self-declared addict.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she says she's made thousands of fake profiles and has been doing this
3,000.
for over a decade.
That is so funny. My next question was she said she had over 3,000 profiles, and she did say she's addicted. Why do you guys think someone does this? I still don't understand it. I don't. Is it a loneliness? It's like you want a friend?
I think there's a bunch of different reasons. I think people, some people want attention. They don't care where it comes from, if it's good or bad. Some people just want love and affection from anyone. And it's hard to make those connections in real life. So doing it over the internet where you don't have to be as kind of open and outward with yourself, physically or emotionally.
But even on a more basic
easier.
level, when you're good at something,
Yeah.
Why stop?
you do it a lot. And so for Ashley and some others, they discovered early on that they were really good at lying online. And so it became their hobby.
Yeah. The issue is when it folds over into your real life and then you start lying to your friends and family,
Right.
then it becomes even messier.
For sure. But then now the person on the other side of it, they don't meet sometimes for years. I think in Ashley's
Yeah.
episode, it was 8 years. How do you feel why are people this naive? This show has been around. Everyone knows what Catfish is. Are they just blindsided to it?
We actually just did an episode where the guy who got catfished remembers when he first met the girl. Our show started because it was about 8 years ago.
Wow.
And he remembers watching the show and being like, oh, I wonder if this person I'm talking to might be catfishing me.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't really click, obviously, until 7 years later. So sometimes it takes a while, but I think the same way for the catfish, it's easier to make those connections without having to show your full self. Sometimes being the hopeful and being the person who's talking to people online, sometimes it's easier to not show your whole self either.
Yeah.
People are only giving so much.
So for people that are online dating, what are some red flags to look for? How can we avoid being catfished?
Google.
Yeah,
Will change your life.
Do a quick Google search.
Do a quick Google search. I feel
Yeah.
like if you watch the show Catfish, we don't even have to come in. If you just watch what we do,
Right.
Yeah.
just do what we do.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Well, it's hard to prevent people from lying to you.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
So, you might meet someone and it might be their pictures, but you don't know if the job they say or the lifestyle they live is exactly right or if it's a slight exaggeration.
Yeah.
And I think everybody, to some extent, shows their best side,
For sure.
which, doesn't always include some of their faults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the easiest answer to avoid getting catfished is use dating sites or apps as a means to meet people, not date people. And I think because you meet someone on the app and then you start texting or talking and you'll add them on Instagram and then before you know it, it's been weeks or sometimes months and you feel like, oh, this is cute. I have this fun new internet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the point.
No. It's
Yeah.
supposed to translate in
right.
real life.
Like,
Right.
give yourself a 2-week deadline.
Yeah.
If you match with someone or
Good advice.
and you haven't gone on a date with them within 2 weeks,